Our next speaker will be Mrs. Cleola Wright, who will. She's been a beautician here in Fort Wayne for a lot of years, and she has a very personal message to share also. Mrs. Wright, would you please come up?
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Hatch, for this opportunity. And it's a good evening just because I've been asked to be here, and I'm very appreciative of that fact. I have so much that I feel that I can share with so many people, in which I have over the years as a hairdresser, and how I got to be a hairdresser. I had lost a job years ago, and I began to look around, search around, and leave my applications, and seemed like nothing was opening up. And one day, going down the street, wondering which way to go, I said, Lord, I know that there's something out here for me to do, and I'm so tired. I know that there's a job out here for me. And the Lord spoke very plain and simply to my heart. He says, you're looking in the wrong places. I made a hairdresser of you. That is the day I turned around and went out to Southtown and walked up in the beauty salon there at L.S. Ayers. And that is where I began to learn. I was hired as a receptionist. And there I began to learn. My eyes were open to see so many different things that I had not seen before, and ways of how to work with the hair. And I thank God for that, because it opened my eyes to all of the many different facets of hair care that I was unaware of. I had not learned that. And that was because there's such a difference. There is a difference between Caucasian hair and black hair. And I had learned all of the old methods of doing our hair, black hair, and starting out with the straightening comb. And I'm sure everybody is familiar with that straightening comb and how long we had to use it. But I did find another way, and I also saw something else. My message this evening is really to encourage anyone in whatever profession you decide to strive for, and that is for more and more knowledge, and to go until you can't, until you meet yourself coming. And when you get to that point of educating yourself, you start wondering, how much longer am I going to have to go and study this? In my case, it was cosmetology. And I wanted to know, how much more is there out there for me to learn? How long am I going to have to run? How many different cities am I going to have to go to before I can be satisfied with that which I know? And I did meet myself going one day on the highway coming back from Indianapolis, St. Louis, Chicago, someplace. And I just had to stop and rest. I was so tired because I had finally met myself coming, where I was paying my money to attend all of these seminars, but it didn't seem like I was learning anymore. And I thought, now where else can I go? Where else should I go? I need to learn something else, not what I already know. This told me that it's time to stop and rest. And my message to those who are involved in the beauty field, or whatever field it is you're in, go until you can't go anymore. you find yourself meeting yourself, because knowledge is our key. Knowledge is our key. I had no idea there were so many conditioners and products out there. Don't get me wrong. I already had the knowledge of the products and was using them as a hairdresser, but I couldn't always come up with an answer. And so my message I'm trying to get over to you is to go so that you can grow, and you go until you can't go anymore because you're meeting yourself. Black people, beautiful people, have beautiful hair, but we have a lot of problems with it also. And you also learn a lot about the skin care. But hair is that which is so important seemingly to us. And praise God, I think we are beautiful people. And way back when, it was nothing but the straightening combs and the curling irons. We made a lot of mistakes, and we saw a lot of problems, but we couldn't define them. We didn't know what was happening. And what was happening was some of the products that we were using were not right for our type of hair, not our hair. It was the type of hair that we did not understand. And we have to go to grow and learn and understand what that is all about. There are certain products for us and certain products not for us, because you have a different grade of hair from myself. Somebody else has a different grade of hair. Someone else have a different grade of hair. And we must know that, and we cannot know that without educating ourselves. And when I became a part of L.S. Ayers Beauty Salon, my eyes came open, and I began to see so much difference in the various conditioning products and the strengths of whatever. My point is, we must go in order to grow. And praise God, I ended up as not only a hairdresser, but as an educator. And that was with the Four Winds Academy of Hair Design. And there I learned my lesson well, and became such good friends with my customers that they still call me for information on what they can do for their hair. So go so that you can grow. And don't stop until you meet yourself coming. Education is our key today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Wright. Watch your step right there.